Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Brothers Podcast Live. Hey, if this is your first time watching us, we want to say to you, thank you so much for joining in with us tonight. I'm Trey. I'm here with all of my brothers, Pat, Sherman, Mac, and Brandon. And in a moment, we'll be able to introduce all of ourselves to you. But right now, because it's your first time watching us, we want to say, what's up? Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you so much. Tonight, we got a conversation that we know you're going to enjoy. But while you are doing whatever you're doing right now, I need you to stop. Other than just looking at us, I need you to take the time out to grab your phones. If this is, you're watching this later, still grab your phone and hit that share button. That's what you need to do. Hit the share button. Make sure you've liked our page. But hit that share button. Let people know that the brothers are live now. That's what we're doing.
Hey, folks, I'm actually going to take over. So, a phenomenal. And we want you to share this and go ahead, share this. Let everyone know we're on.
This
okay.
Here.
I'm sorry, Trayvon. Did something happen?
Yeah, something happened. Guys, I want everybody to know what's happening. I'm giving everybody a heads up on what's happening. So Sherman has somehow earned rights or earned, his way into, producer rights, however we're going to say that. And this joker feels the need. I think he's just going to be muting me randomly like you just did. What happened, Sherman? What were you?
So as I was saying, we're going to get the show started. We have a lot of great content. We want you to share with your friends. Go ahead, tag some people. Let them know we're on right now. And, hey, guys, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Pastor B. I'm Sherman. I'm known as one of the brothers.
You're pastor tonight. Wow.
Brandon, how's your day, man?
So the day is going great, having a good day, an even better night right now. I keep seeing that red button pop up for Trayvon, and so it's just like, great. You know what I mean? It feels good. Good to be alive. Trey, how you doing?
Patrick, the pastor of the St. Paul Full Gospel Baptist Church located in Fayetteville, North Carolina. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good. How about yourself?
Great, man.
We can
Aaron.
actually talk tonight without getting interrupted.
I know, right?
It feels good.
Just make sure you use English when you're doing it.
Aaron B. McNair the second. What's going on, bro?
What's up? What's up? Hope everybody's having a great day. Please share.
And we have, last but certainly not least, let me unmute him, Trayvon L. McNeil.
God bless you.
How was your day, man?
What's the L stand for?
Leroy.
Me alone.
Trayvon Leroy McNeil.
Don't do that, Sherman. One time, Bishop Jones was presenting something to me, and he said my name over the pulpit and was like, Elder Trayvon Lamont McNeil, and the whole church was like, "That's your name." I'm like, that ain't it. And so now people go around calling me Lamont. That is not my middle name, guys. That L stands for none of anybody's business. So yeah.
So Trey, it's on you, man. Go ahead.
Is it on me, Sherman?
It's on you, man.
I'm afraid. I'm scared to even talk. So y'all, this is your first time. Y'all know how this goes. Y'all know Sherman is always bothering me. And this is just how it goes, all right? But if you have not shared yet, do that. All the brothers have introduced themselves now. So, Sherman, you already asked about how the week goes. This throws me off. I don't know what to say next. I don't know what to do. Hey, if you have not shared, we want you to share. Y'all are saying, hey, so let's say, hey, back. Some of the brothers, you see, we're commenting back to you guys. Aaron loves everyone, guys. And everyone is loved. Hit that share button, guys. Do that, please. Hit that share button. We got a great conversation tonight for y'all, for real. Tonight, we want to talk about something that we believe that everybody deals with, whether you're in church or not. you deal with this. You deal with this in your family, you deal with this in your house, you deal with this on your job. Somewhere down the line, somebody's gotten on you about it, or you gotten on somebody about it because it has affected you. And we want to talk about it tonight. And if you will, just don't feel like you can't hop in on the conversation with us. Right, Sherman?
Amen.
Amen. All right. Now, I think I know now, Sherman, if I see you lean in at a certain moment, I think I can kind of gauge when you're going to do your thing. Maybe I need to pay attention to that. What you think? Is that how that goes? How it need to go?
Did I lean in? Okay. All right. You know.
boy muted him.
Hey,
Boy muted him
Sherman,
without leaning in.
don't know when you're coming. No, man, no.
Go ahead, man. Do your thing, Trey.
No, I'm just saying tonight, I was letting everybody know the conversation we're having tonight, man. A lot has been going on. And so, we got some conversation we do want to talk about and some things we want to discuss. And so one of those things is tonight, basically we want to talk about procrastination. Talk about, just.
Why are you procrastinating saying this?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, good God.
Aaron, I'm so thrown off by Sherman doing all of what I know. I can't even flow properly. Sherman, it's on you. I'm muting myself.
All right, guys. So we're going to talk about procrastination tonight. And, it's a big deal amongst a lot of people. It's a serious issue. A lot of people have sat on dreams. I saw something from somebody today that said you have $1 million in your head. The only issue is you got to figure out how to get it out. And I think God's given all of us a lot of creativity, a lot of dreams, ideas. I think we've all been to that place or had that time in life where we had an idea and somebody else did the idea and it blew up and we were like, man, I wish I would have thought of that. But procrastination, I think, is the #1 enemy to visionaries and creatives. So I'll just throw it out there. Which, one of you guys has ever experienced procrastination? And we don't want to talk about how'd you fix it, but what did it do to you? And we'll get to the how'd you fix it in a moment. But what did it do to you? How did it make you feel?
Trey?
I don't procrastinate.
Oh, you just straight out
You don't
lie.
put that doggone honey bun down.
All right, so look. Sherman, are you asking about a time that we procrastinated?
Yeah, just in general.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Oh, you guys kidding me.
All right, so go ahead, Pat.
No, go ahead, Bishop.
So I actually really struggle with procrastination, and even now it's a daily battle. I'm better now, but I struggle with it a lot, especially in my younger years, and it puts you behind. One saying is procrastination is the grave in which opportunity is buried, and it puts you behind your timeline, or the timeline that God has for you, or that you have set for yourself, and you keep putting goals off and pushing stuff back, thinking that you have more time to complete, and it really comes to bite you.
Yeah, I've have dealt with, and in some areas and in some cases still deal with procrastination very heavily. Like Max said, it's an intentional. Thank you, whoever did that. It's very intentional that I have to stay on top of. And he's back. I have to stay on top of that and guard myself against it. So I got to be very intentional. I always tell people procrastination is the first cousin to laziness. So I find myself certain things I don't want to do, I procrastinate on it.
Procrastination is the first cousin to laziness. That's really dope, but it's the way you said it. You said like a 70-year-old bishop when you said it.
It sound like he was, reading
Now you do know.
And laziness, they first cousin.
All right, B-Mac.
So yeah,
procrastination.
Yeah, I think one of the downfalls of procrastination for me is that you're going to get it done, but it more than likely it's not going to be your best work, right? Because at that point you're rushing to get it done instead of taking the time to really formulate it, get things done, to just like with ideas or businesses, a lot of times people have a business, but they have no foundation, right? They procrastinated, then they're trying to rush and get the business out or get, a book out or a plan out. And so when it gets out, now it's got all kind of errors, it's got all kind of different things because you procrastinated and it's not your best work. And so I think that for me, I've seen it rear up in sometimes when if I procrastinated, I haven't been able to give my best work. And sometimes people won't even notice. They'll still be like, "Oh, you're great. That was great." But you'll be like, "Yeah, that's the danger." Yeah, you get comfortable in giving half of yourself, and you can never be satisfied with that. When God gives all, you got to do the same.
All right. Yeah, that's a danger, man. Like, especially when you're like really creative, and if you're in a group where you are the most creative or the most talented, it's like, and we don't say this in an arrogant manner, but it's like your half is still better than somebody else's all.
Yeah.
You'll find yourself in a dangerous place, man. Procrastinating. All right,
Trey. Can I say? I'll say like Paul Morton a long time ago. He said, "Successful sin." And I think that like that's
yo.
I think that's
looking over the fence.
That's my sermon, Bo. I love that sermon.
Paul Morton. Listen.
I love Paul Morton.
Well, hold on, because but yeah, so
you know I was unmuted, didn't you? Shut up. You're watching online. You should be telling Sherman that he's wrong for this. He should.
Oh my God.
Take
now
these
They
rights from
probably
him.
agree.
let me give this disclaimer. Hold on, Trey. Let me give this disclaimer because we're about to hear from Trey in a minute. All right, this is a long, like, years of relationship. All right, and it's a sign of respect that I have for him. So I don't want nobody thinking I disrespect him or you can disrespect him. Okay, you can't. All right, that's my brother. And it's like we're family. I can talk about his hairline, but when you talk about his hairline, I mean, you got a hat on. You don't know, Trey. All right, whatever. Anyway,
I ain't said nothing about your ethnicity since we started. I ain't brought up your DNA. I ain't brought up none of that since I've left it alone, Sherman.
I've already went to Ancestry DNA, so I know who God made me to be.
Can we get back to the subject of procrastination? We're procrastinating right now.
Let's talk about that.
Like, really?
What has been
Show
your
us the results.
What's been your run-in with procrastination, Trey? Before I talk,
He said he doesn't procrastinate. He's perfect.
His words, not ours.
That's what he said.
You didn't say that. All three of y'all lied now. And Aaron, I can't believe you lied. I didn't think you lied.
Did you not say that when Sherman asked?
That's what you said.
I did not say I am perfect.
That was my statement.
That's what you alluded to.
we're iso.
Right, look, I would say let me talk about a time that I procrastinated, and it was horrible. It was horrible for me, honestly. So the Lord gave me the instruction to write a book. My
Your
very
birthday,
first.
sorry.
Say what? What did you just say? What did he just say?
Watch the replay.
Right. I'm trying to figure out what was said. What is he talking about? All right. All right, so look, the Lord gave me instructions to write a book several years ago, my very first book. And I was instructed as not just to write, but then shut up, Aaron. You threw me off, man. I'm so done tonight, guys. I don't know what's going on.
Please
so I was
talk.
instructed to write a book, and then what I didn't do was I didn't follow the instruction, all the instruction that was given in the time that was given. And so I was going to do self-publishing, all this stuff, because I had done read up on it and all of that. And I was supposed to send it to an editor. Well, I delayed in doing that. That's I'll edit it myself. I'll be straight. Thought I was pretty good at, editing at that time. And so I didn't do too well with that. Published my first book. And I had, as Brandon was saying a minute ago, you have a lot of people that are applauding you and all that. And I had a lot of people to purchase. I did it as an ebook only. But a lot of
I read the book.
Yeah, Brandon. Can somebody be Brandon? How does that work? Okay, there it is.
Oh.
All right. So
For me, don't you come for me. I'll have you kicked out this meeting before you can say bye. Don't come for me.
So anyway, let me tell y'all for real, this is what happened. I procrastinated in getting that done, but yet I had pride about what I had done. And so what ended up happening was I published this book, everybody's loving it, everybody's celebrating, so on and so forth. Brandon McLaughlin gets the book. Brandon comes to my house one day and he's like, man, you did a great job with your book. Love it. Great job, man. You said some really good stuff. But I noticed a couple of grammatical errors. Now, if you know Brandon, if Brandon catches all your grammatical errors, you got a problem.
It's just bad. It's bad.
You got a problem, okay? Brandon is an avid reader. He loves to read. But
you procrastinate with getting to the point.
Say it again.
You're procrastinating with getting to the point.
No. I'm at
being a preacher, man. You gotta tell a story.
Somebody mute that guy. God.
I muted Pat. There you go.
He's above me. Mute that guy. All right. So anyway, basically what I'm saying is my procrastination led me to a place where I thought I was doing well, but ended up having somebody else to come back and tell me that my work was not all that it could have been. And that's the point I'm making. So sometimes procrastination will actually put you in a position where you think that just because people are clapping, as it was said earlier, that you're doing all of what you need to do, but there's so much more that it could have been, and it could have been more impactful if you sat around and did it the way you wanted to. Just follow the instruction of the Lord. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done.
I think that's more disobedient than procrastinating.
Say it one more time. Oh.
He did it Rafer style, but he said that's more disobedience than procrastination.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to smooth it over. I was like, yo, what he's yeah. I disobedient more than that. I was like, yo.
Hey, boy, he sound like one of my uncles and them, boy.
So they all ran together.
But that's the thing. Procrastination. But that's the thing. A lot of people don't catch is procrastination is disobedience. When you don't move, when God says move, it's disobedience. It's not just procrastination.
Sherman
But
Blandon
everything ain't God
that
said.
Procrastination is disobedience in slow motion.
Come on here, Sherman.
That's exactly.
Go ahead, Sherman. Go ahead. I'm sorry. We didn't let you get your point out. That's good.
Aaron just did it for him. It's cool.
Procrastination is not the incompletion of it. It's again, slow motion. It's moving on your own time. It's disobedience in slow motion. Because if God tells you to do something, you're in our minds, it's like we did it, right? But we didn't do it within the timing that God said. So it's disobedience. And I found out, even in my life, if there is failure in somebody's life, and if you're I always say this, excuses are bricks to a house of failure. And oftentimes excuses come through procrastination. Well, I mean, I would have did it, but this. I was going to do it, but this, right? And you find yourself living in the failures of your past. You find yourself, I promise you, every failure is going to be preceded by some type of excuse, which is birthed through procrastination. And I found myself like giving excuses which caused me to procrastinate. And here's the thing about excuses. It's one of those things that your excuses, they can actually be legit. They can actually be legit. Like, yo, I can't do this because I don't have the money. Well, that's a legit excuse. But at the end of the day, if God gave you the assignment, he gave it to you without excuses. And so, you know, I found myself procrastinating on so many things because I talked myself out of it. I think we're our biggest hindrances when it comes to that. We talk ourselves out of it. We have conversations, go back and forth with us within ourselves, trying to reason within ourselves, trying to figure it out. You know, and oftentimes, sometimes procrastination can be birthed through us comparing ourselves to other people. Procrastination can be through trying to be perfect. You know, I can't. One of y'all, all us preachers on here, so somebody will correct me. I think it's like in Ecclesiastes or Proverbs, one of the two, where it talks about there's really never a good time to get started. And it's like you always waiting for the right time to get started, and
Proverbs.
words, Proverbs, yeah, and you never really get started. That's how procrastination starts, especially when we like, oh, I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna do it Monday. I'm gonna work out Monday. Monday never comes, and you end up procrastinating, instead of making it happen. So that's my thing.
Hey,
No, I'm with you.
Listen, God bless you. Somebody's saying I feel important tonight.
somebody says somebody says, I think a lot of procrastination is rooted in fear. What are y'all thoughts about that?
Well, I was about to say
that.
that, but you interrupted me. It's all right. I'm not going to mute you anymore. That's Sherman's job. But you know, fear. And I'll say this. Yeah, it is his job now. I deem him the muter. The fear of failure, right? Like people are afraid to fail, and they won't go after the dream, or go after the thing that God showed them. So if you're afraid, if you think that you're going to fail, like Sherman was saying, all those bricks, and if you failed before, it caused you to be, kind of apprehensive instead of going forward. So you take your time and procrastinate. And so I think that fear is certainly something that can get in the way if you don't trust what God is saying to you completely.
Yeah.
Can somebody take Kevin out the comments, please?
I can't see it, but
Kevin Johnson says, Patrick.
Well, since you can't see it, Brandon, he said Brandon look like he got a bedtime. And he said I look like a cussing deacon.
All right.
Lord.
So now
remove him.
We've talked about procrastination. Oh, I'm sorry, Trey. Go ahead.
No, you got. Well, I was going to say procrastination. So let me ask this question: does procrastination throw off the plan of God or cancel out the plan of God for us? Because you said that if God has something planned for us and we delay it, do we delay Him and delay? You know what I'm saying? Or does it just take us to a longer route? I mean, how does that work when we procrastinate? Because a lot of people probably feel like, okay, I've procrastinated and now God forgot about the promises He made to me. Or is it or canceled? Or is it that I'm now?
I
think you're thinking too deep into it.
I think I'm being a host and just thinking for the people. You just hush up there. You hush. Now, go ahead, Sharpen or Aaron. You were going to answer the question. Continue.
You kind of asked a lot of questions in one, but
just answer one.
Answer one of them.
This is my last show with the freaking brothers.
There you go, lying again.
I can't.
All right, let's just go ahead and mute him. Please, somebody else go.
You can take his video away too.
just take me all the way out, guys. Just take me out. All right. I guess.
Matt, go ahead, man.
Simplest.
Oh.
Does procrastination throw off or cancel out God's plan for us?
No. It doesn't. I mean, because if it does, then we deem God as not knowing everything. He factored in our procrastination. I think if anything, it's more on our part because I really feel like procrastination also shows where your faith really is, because you don't have the faith to move on, based upon the time it was told to you. It's almost like you feel comfortable in your own time frame. Like I'm gonna move when I want to move. And faith says, yo, I move when God says move, not when everything is, looks good, not when everything makes sense. I think all of us on this show and a whole lot of people watching have had those moments where God had to where God would test us and say, yo, move, do this. And it did not make sense. And we procrastinated until it made some type of sense. So I think procrastination rooted it has some root to the lack of faith as well. So, but at the same time, to answer your question again, no, I don't think it alters God's plans, because again, that would take away his strength of being all knowing. I think I'm gonna say this at the risk of sounding churchy. I thank God that he plans around my foolishness. I thank God that he plans around my inconsistencies. I thank God that he plans around all of that. So I was gonna say for 10 shouters, but I didn't do it. So
go ahead for 10 of y'all. That was shout right now.
Pat, y'all was
But on the flip side of that as well, I think, and I had to mute Trayvon because he likes to cut into people's conversation when they got something they got to say. I think a lot of times, I think in some cases, procrastination is not only tied to fear, but sometimes procrastination is tied to the unknown or not knowing what the outcome would be. So I think a lot of times we could procrastinate because we don't know if it's going to turn out right, if it's going to turn out wrong. So we'll rather play it safe and stay in the comfort zone than to venture out and try it anyway. Because it could turn out right. It couldn't. I could start a church. It could blow up. It could crash. I don't know.
I want to, before we go way over where Pat was going, Michael Georges said that we're Michael Georges said we're too dependent on the details, and I think that stems with what Pat is saying too. Like, we really want to know where's this going to be in 2 years. Right? Like, what's this going to be like? Am I going to be successful? Is it going to work out? And a lot of times God is like, yo, just go. I don't need you to ask me, is it going to be successful or not? I need you to just go. Because if I told you to do it, and this is the crazy part, even in some of the failures that you've had, some of those have been the best lessons for what's going to happen for your success. And so I think that we just have to go, even if, it means that the car crashes. Like Pat was saying, even if it means that there's some roadblocks and some things that get stopped, I got to keep going. Because there's already enough that the devil is doing to stop you from achieving what God wants. Why help him? Why participate in self-sabotage by hindering yourself? The devil's already going to put roadblocks in the way for your dream. And you have to know that God's going to knock out those roadblocks. So don't help the devil out. That's what procrastination is basically doing. You're helping the devil. You're doing his job for him.
Yeah.
So now what about those things that are non-spiritual that we procrastinate on?
Those things that are non-spiritual? Yeah, go ahead.
Like clean out your closet.
I mean, that's where you were saying that's where you're saying the first cousin lazy. Right. I mean,
I would add to that with from that perspective what Patrick was saying, because a lot of times we procrastinate because we're not organized or we don't have our priorities together. And as one saying, it says procrastination is putting off for the day after tomorrow what should have been done the day before yesterday. And because we don't have our priorities in order, organization says I have some things I need to put in order. Prioritization says this is the order it's supposed to go in. And if we don't have that organization and prioritization, then we have chaos. And if we have too much going on, it causes us to want to procrastinate. It causes us to desire procrastination because we have so much going on that we just keep putting stuff off, put stuff off.
Yeah.
Hey guys, question. Does anybody have anybody else on here feel the need to be arrogant because they have a doctorate degree, or did anybody else? No. Okay, I didn't think so. All right, go ahead, Brandon. What were you gonna say?
I can't remember.
Where's Trayvon?
I'm right here.
Trey.
Hey Trayvon, what are you doing?
Um,
It doesn't matter what you're doing. All right. Well,
I'm not with this today.
okay, I'm done. I think
I'm done.
last time I was.
I am too through with y'all.
All right. So
God.
with procrastination.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
What?
No, I was gonna say, with chaos, like Mac was saying, when you feel overwhelmed, a lot of times it'll cause you to stop. And I think that's one of the other things that causes people to procrastinate is feeling like it's just too much for me. And I'm just going to stop instead of going forward. Matter of fact, I had that happen when I was in school. I'll tell this quick story and then I'll be done. When I was in school, I went to my professor and I was like, hey, I'm not going to turn this paper in because I just got too much going on. And he was like, okay, that's fine. You can do that, but we need to deal with what's going on in your life. And what he was saying to me was really, hey, you're procrastinating so bad that you're about to fail this class. And it's because I was overwhelmed that I just stopped instead of just doing the paper. I literally finished the paper in a day and got it turned in. What could I have done if I just went ahead and started? And I think that's, that fear, that feeling overwhelmed, sometimes causes us to procrastinate. I'm done though. Sherman.
Wait,
I saw you
before Sherman
stop.
goes, Sherman, did you have something to piggyback off of that?
No. Go ahead.
So I did have. So here's a question I have then. What about that person that said? What about that person that says? Okay, so y'all are talking about chaos and all of that. What about that person that has the business going? They have the church going. They have like 2 or 3 things going, and they say, "Okay, I realize now I need to get a handle on all of this." But I have all of this stuff that's going. So for instance, I have this, because there's a time I had to evaluate even Trayvon. Like I was working 7 days a week. I was literally with my cleaning business. I was cleaning 7 days a week. And one day Sherman looked at me in the middle of IHOP and it wasn't IHOP. What's that nasty place y'all tried to take us to that one time with the food? I can't stay. Denny's. We were at Denny's. Denny's is nasty.
It has.
And
First of all, Denny's is not nasty because we were tearing it up at one point.
Where's Brandon located? Is he above me? They're nasty. I didn't know where he is. Okay. They're nasty. They're rude. But only if I'm looking in the right direction. But no.
I doubt you are, but go ahead, keep going.
Okay. But anyway, Sherman looked at me one day and he asked me, he said, hey, little brother, I got a question. How many days a week are you working right now? No, what's your day off? Yeah, I'm supposed to look that way. He says, what's your day off? Like, I'm right now I'm working every day, man, just trying to get business because business is rolling. He says, when do you have time for your family? When do you have time for yourself? He was like, you don't even have time to see if the business is doing what it's supposed to do. And he told me, don't work another 7-day week ever again. He looked at me and said it. And that was my last week, literally pulling 7 days intentionally. I ain't gonna say I never did it again. That was my last time doing 7 days intentionally. So, but the problem for me was this. All of this is going. And if I stop, I have a fear that it could fail. I have a fear that if I stop to even evaluate it, I might miss a client. I might miss a call. I might have to turn something down. What do you say to that person who says, how do I stop or slow down when I've got all this going on?
Prioritize.
Like Max said.
You're either going to have to You're gonna either have to prioritize or crash.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, because you will crash.
yeah.
I don't care if it's secular or you working for the kingdom. you will crash. You will have an unholy crash or a holy crash, whichever one you gonna crash. Like,
And you
and
know, I don't believe in no holy crash. It's just a crash.
whichever one you gonna crash, because I mean, again, I think it
Hey,
was
Carrie.
last or one of these weeks where we talked about
Hey, Carrie. Hey, Ron. I'm
we
saying,
talked about
you keep talking.
all right, thanks.
What is this?
We talked about burnout and how burnout can, it happens because of not taking proper rest. And I think Max said you look more like the devil when you don't rest. And so I always said this, our lives, like everything in our life, it should be a synergy. They work together, right? So like every job you take, that's why we acknowledge him in all of our ways, because sometimes we'll take a job that goes against everything else and it throws things off. Sometimes we'll date somebody who goes against, the synergy in our lives, and it throws everything off. But if you're a family man or a family woman, you got a career man, a career woman, all of that works together. And so it's not a number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, type ladder type deal. It's like a system, like almost like a solar system. Everything revolves around everything. And so I found out, and some preacher told me this. I'm trying to remember his name. And I was in this group with some preachers, and he was saying, man, I stopped putting, I know we say God first, family, then church. And he was like, but I realized all of that revolves. He's like, when I am at my closest point with God, then I'm a good family man. When I'm a good family man, it makes me a good pastor, And he broke it down. It's like the solar system, He was like, the earth is close enough to the sun where it doesn't get burned, but far, close enough to where it heats up, but far enough to where it doesn't burn up. And I think that's one of those things that, we just have to like really sit down and see, like, and pray and say, okay, God, is this a part of what needs to be in my life? And if it's not, God, give me the strength to dismiss it.
That's good. All right, so I got one more question. My procrastination delayed me. So, of course, it got me to a place. Somebody may be saying this. It got me to a place where, I feel like I've just failed. So at this point, and we could probably do this as a show one day, a topic one day, a discussion. But the question is, so how do I deal with failure? How do I deal with the failure that is a result of my procrastination? Do I just quit? Do I get back up and keep going? Like, how do I handle that?
You keep going. I mean, just like any runner. I mean, anything. If you come up against an obstacle, sometimes you need to re-strategize, right? It's just like if you're driving, you get to a dead end. Like, you don't just go, oh, I can't go no more. No, you turn around, you retrace your steps, you find another way to get it done. Sometimes that means seeking out wise counsel and not venting to friends, because sometimes we would rather vent to friends than actually seek counsel. And seek wisdom. The Bible says, ask for wisdom. And so I think, you can't stop because it didn't work. So.
I think that was really good. Seeking out somebody to help you to strategize in a way that you don't have that same failure. To kind of look at, hey, what was it that stopped me? Was it just procrastination, or was it procrastination in my ideas that didn't work? So I think that you need to get some people to help you, and just kind of. I think one of the other things is just slowing down. Sometimes we're in such a rush that we don't slow down a moment to examine everything around us and examine what's happened. Because you can just keep going, keep failing, instead of just slowing down for a moment and saying, all right, this is what made me mess up this time. It's like if you're playing a video game and you keep falling at the same spot. Eventually, you got to, readjust and say, nah, I can't fall here anymore. I got to try something else. And so, slow down and reevaluate.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so basically what we're saying is that person who feels like they're a failure, who has failed, they feel like, okay, what do I do next? Get up, don't stop, don't quit, get up. But before you get right back to work, seek out help from somebody who can help redirect you or help you to understand why you failed or why you failed, FELL. Is that why you would say that? I mean, is that what we're basically saying?
Either one. Yeah.
Huh?
Either one.
Okay. Kirsten says, keep going, regroup, seek wise counsel from coaches, mentors, those you look up to, and hit the road again. Failure is the stepping stone to success.
I think something too.
Sherman. Mike says, repent and keep going. Okay, go ahead.
Trey, did you cut me off?
No. Sure.
All right, so here's the deal. One of the things that I've come to understand and come to realize is that when you fail or you have a failure in life, one of the things that you have to like take into account, and I think I said this like recently this week, is it's not enough just to survive, right? So it's not enough just to get back up again. It's not enough just to start again. The reason I said that is because if you ever have another time where you fall, you need to remember the details, right? I tell people, when God brings you out of something, remember why he brought you out. If you're in a bad relationship, time goes on and you start to see that person like, oh, they look good. No. You need to remember why y'all broke up. Don't go back in it. Yeah, they're going to look good, but remember why y'all broke up so you can stay out of it, right? And so, I mean, there are going to be some times where no matter how successful you are, no matter, I think all of us on here love Kobe Bryant, right? He was like one of like our favorite basketball player. All of us are Laker fans. And one of the things about Kobe was the fact that he watched the games that he lost more than the games that he won, because he wanted to remember how he lost. So when he's in the game, he's not going to make that same mistakes. He wanted to relive those feelings of what it felt to walk off the court, losing that game. So every time he went back out there, it refueled him. It rekindled something. So for me, whenever I procrastinate, I'm finally into something and I have a new project and I'm like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. No, I start to remember, the last time you procrastinated, you hated yourself for it, you got down on yourself for it, and that fuels me to get back in the game and keep going.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, remember. Don't forget. Remember.
That's good.
My God.
So can y'all tell me this? Tell me about, and I know this kind of backtracks, but I just want to ask, Sherman, what was a time where you did procrastinate and it affected you that you could think of?
Okay, I think everybody on here has written a book except me.
I ain't write one.
Oh, you haven't?
You're writing though, right, Brandon? You're in the process of writing?
No, I mean, I'm doing my doctoral work, but I'm not writing.
Well,
I thought you were writing.
I was supposed to there's a couple things I was supposed to do. I was supposed to write a book. I set my schedule. One of my goals is to have a book done by a certain time. I've studied, there's at least 2 books where I've studied extensively, preached sermons. Did everything, chapters and chapters, and I just keep procrastinating and not finishing it. And the way it affects me is every time someone releases a book, it makes me like, geez, dude, you should be on it by now. And not from the standpoint of competition, but from the standpoint of, if you don't get this out of you, you're never going to be fulfilled.
Right.
That's how I feel about it. So,
I'm in that situation now.
because you procrastinated.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on my third book.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be finished school too,
I
like
feel like this
like
just
2 years ago.
I feel like this just turned into
Aaron, that's
something.
me school. I'm supposed to be working on my doctoral right now. Well,
Yeah, I feel like this just turned into a PA meeting, Procrastination Anonymous meeting.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Sherman, and I should have released book by now, but I did not.
the dialect? You guys hear the dialect? just,
I knew you were going to do that.
I knew it was coming.
Did
I knew it
y'all
was
catch
coming.
in my video? Woo! I'm just saying. No, that's true though. But I mean, so Sherman, Sherman, for you, every time somebody writes a book or something, you say that you feel.
Yeah, it makes me think about myself. It makes me examine myself, because going back to what Brandon said, sometimes you can have so many other accomplishments that you kind of forget about what you're actually supposed to be doing.
Right. That's
You
good.
know, so it's like your mom be like, clean the kitchen. You clean the bathroom, you clean your room, you wipe the windows, you reshingle the roof, you change the tires on the car. But then didn't clean the kitchen. You're like, oh, I did this, and that. But she said, no, I said clean the kitchen. And so you kind of relish in all those other accomplishments and still procrastinated on what you were supposed to actually do.
Right. Sherman, that's all right. But it's good to know that you don't see it. I'm Sherman. What? I'm just saying. I'm letting everybody. I mean, I'll be releasing a book soon, guys. Just
Brandon, do you have something serious to say?
Yeah, I was going to say that's why it's important to surround yourself around people who do something, who get things done so that they can inspire you to finish your own things. And so seeing, one of you finish this is like, oh, I got to make sure that I'm still keeping up and doing my thing. And so I think you should always surround yourself around people who will not let you settle with procrastinating.
Yeah.
Like that.
Right.
Agreed.
You got to have people that will push you to want to do better and not be a failure.
And you know one thing about us that I want you guys to know, as brothers, we don't compete with each other in a way that where we try to pull each other down. You know what I'm saying? I would say if we were to say we compete on any level, because it's just like what Brandon was encouraging us to have, which is what makes me say this. If we were to say it's competition on any level, we compete in a way that it encourages each other to keep going. So if I see like Brandon, like I said, it's what Brandon just said, but it's who we are, and that's what draws us so close to be brothers. Is on every level. We're pushing each other. We're encouraging each other. Hey, man, I just saw what you just did. That was good. Or, something like that. If you don't have people that will celebrate you when you're not on a stage where there are 5,000 people, then you're probably, when you get to that stage of 5,000, just, know that you got there alone. I didn't have anything to say to close that out, guys. So just close that out. Let's just keep moving,
I try to support you,
Hey, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate Aaron. Hey, Aaron, your head nod was like that mother in the church was just sitting there like, that's all right. That's all right. You were doing good. What is it? All right. So everybody, thank y'all so much for watching us tonight. So did we get what we need to do?
I want to say, Mike, he was talking about his EP. Like, Mike Georges, you need to hurry up and get that out, bro.
Please, look, can I tell he was on our church Zoom. I couldn't even get it. I just started like crazy. He was on our church Zoom and I couldn't get it out. It was that crazy though. Like our church was going crazy. Him leading us in worship Sunday. I mean, they were like, get him back, get him back, get him back. So you already know what it is, but man, crazy. You do that EP, please.
You need to get it out, bro.
Like for real.
Get it together, Michael.
I agree.
Get it together.
Yeah. Right. You know
You
what?
know, and that's the flip side of that. When we procrastinate, we hold back so many other people and don't even recognize it because we're in our state of really, if you want to look at, you're in your state of selfishness. Because there's people that shut up. There's people that needs the book that Sherman is on write, but he's taking forever to write it, so they're staying stuck in the mess they're in. They can't get their
Because he won't
deliverance
write.
because their deliverance is
can't
wrapped
see.
up and tied up in his mind. So you need to get it out your mind, get it on paper,
Wow.
and let them be delivered.
Come on, Patrick, call that devil
I'm
out.
just saying.
I mean, my God.
Wow,
No,
my God.
I mean, that was a good big brother rebuke right there.
It was.
What I agree with that. I agree with that because I had a lady in our church who I've been trying to push to a certain place because I see it in her, and she finally kind of released some things on this past week, and she went live just for prayer and impartation. That was the start. That was the start of her jumping, and she had 138,000 views. And people have been inboxing our church for salvation, all because she took that jump. She, made that jump. And you got to understand that you procrastinating is holding back somebody else's release.
Yeah, that's good. Boy, that's good. Y'all was gonna have me up
So you
all
somewhat
night, right?
need that midwife to help you push. And won't let you give up when you want to give up or when you feel tired. This is what I've learned to do. When I feel like procrastinating or I feel tired, that's when I go ahead and do it. And when you do it that way, go ahead and get it done. The biggest person that should be on you is you. You should be the one that's your biggest critic. You should be one that pushes you the most, but still, because a lot of times what we do, we become lazy and dependent on everybody else to push us. So if we don't get the applaud, if we don't get the support, then we feel like it can't be done. When, the truth of the matter is we got to learn how to make it happen.
Yeah,
having people pushing. Go ahead, Sherm.
Like Pat, like you saying that, man, I'm thinking about so many times, like when you said just go ahead and do it, I'm thinking about so many times I go to sleep and be like, I'll just do it in the morning, and then I wake up late in the morning. Like and
yeah.
And like it like brought to mind that procrastination is the arrogant assumption that you can manipulate or control time. Like it really makes,
or that you even have the next opportunity.
Right. Exactly. It makes you feel like, oh yeah, I got it. Like you control the hands of time.
I mean, think about how crazy it would be to, leave this world with all that God gave you and you never put it out. I mean, and I think, matter of fact, I think Sherman, you had talked to me about that a while ago. We said that's a sin almost to have those things. Even thinking about as far as like, the church fathers and mothers to not leave something with people. It's almost a sin. And so to carry those things and not to put it out, man, I mean, that's especially when God has given it to you to do it. It's wrong, Sherm. So get that book out, man.
Yeah.
Miles Monroe said the wealthiest place on earth is the graveyard.
Wow.
You know what?
And it shouldn't be so.
Everybody's goal should be to die empty.
Okay.
Pat, man, you've been like a sage tonight. I mean, just so wise. Just
It's the gray hair. Okay. All right. Just quick break. True story, Brand. I went to Patrick's mom's house. This is years ago. Saw a baby picture of Patrick, and he had gray hair.
You were laughing.
Did he have on a suit too?
It wasn't a full suit. It was a vest and a tie. I asked his mom. I said, "How old was he in this picture?" She said 6 hours old. I said, "My God." My God.
Shut up. Where did the host go?
Man.
Where's
You've been giving
Trayvon?
some good wisdom, sure. Some good wisdom.
Where's
I mean,
Trayvon?
Pat. I'm not sure where he is.
I'm right here, you buzzards.
I mean, we really wasn't begging for you to come back, really.
We just make sure you are
Patrick.
all right.
Patrick, I'll send you something in the text message, okay? All right.
I
All right, guys. So listen, we're getting ready to go in a minute. But before we go, need to tell y'all something. It is time for our segment. One's got to go real quick. Hey, I need y'all to send us some stuff though before we get into the Sherman. Don't you do it, Sherman? Don't you do it? You look too excited. You're looking for the moment.
We're about to play One Has to Go. So
I got to go.
He muted you too, Trey. You got to mute yourself. Oh, I'm sorry. You're back.
So you discover how to take me off the screen now.
All right. Man, what are you doing tonight?
All right, so here we go. All right, so here we go, guys. One's got to go. Y'all seen this online. Here we go. Those of you who've been watching the show, you know how this goes. One's got to go. Here it is, brothers. Which one got to go?
Burger King.
I just saw what Bishop Jones said. Let's see. Which Nuggets got to go? McDonald's and Burger King can jump off a bridge.
Man, Wendy's can too, man. Them things ain't right.
Whoa.
Them things ain't right. Them things ain't right.
You need to get
you ever look at the little
that picture right, but Chick-fil-A.
The spicy ones from Wendy's, those are even worse. I know y'all see them little air bubbles in that junk, man. Y'all see them little air bubbles.
First of all, Burger King nuggets taste like hyena knees, okay? McDonald's chicken nuggets only hit right at night, okay? After a
That's
good
very true. It's got to be about 12 o'clock.
Because ain't nothing else open.
It's got to be about 12 o'clock.
All right.
All McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Be careful, Brother Sherman. Be careful.
No, ain't no be careful. Okay? I'm just going to say this.
Be careful, Brother Sherman. Please be careful. We like you on the show.
They're dry.
Okay, I didn't see that coming. I did not see that.
Weren't a Polynesian sauce?
Whoa. I didn't see that coming.
Hey, word up.
I didn't see that coming.
Check this out. There's one place that should be up here. Cookout.
Wait, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Who took me off the screen? I demand to know now.
Cookout should be on the screen.
Which one of you Chick-fil-A spokesmen knocked me off the screen?
Look, unpaid.
Listen. Chick-fil-A, I didn't see that coming, so I'm completely kind of just caught off guard. I'm going to try to compose myself here.
I don't eat Chick-fil-A nuggets either.
Wait, stop. Hold on, guys. This is too much for me right now. What do you mean you don't eat Chick-fil-A? Okay, you eat Chick-fil-A, you usually eat their nuggets.
Are y'all?
Yeah.
Are you saying, okay, wait, Junior, wait, I got a question. Aaron, are you saying you don't eat their nuggets because you don't like them, or you normally get the sandwich when you go? That's why you don't eat the nuggets.
Yeah, I don't really. I never went there and said, can I have the 6 count or whatever you call it?
First of all,
when you're talking about Chick-fil-A.
it's an 8 count and a 12.
Thank you. Don't say
it. That's number one. Number two, those nuggets are not.
Neither one of them are better than Chick-fil-A. I mean, neither one of them are better than Cookout. So,
listen.
Chicken nuggets.
Chick-fil-A nuggets
First of all, when they give you first of all, you know what Chick-fil-A do when they give you your, not Chick-fil-A, but Cookout do when they give you your nuggets? They throw it in the tray just like that. They just take a handful and just toss them in there. You get like 4 nuggets, and they all spread around the tray. They're in all 4 corners of the tray, and you
I don't
open
care.
up the paper. It's tasty.
I only eat
They
one at a
good.
time. I don't care what they are in the tray.
Hey, if I had to do it, it's Chick-fil-A cookout. That's it. Bro, you can't tell me you would eat Wendy's dry behind nuggets before you eat cookout?
I eat Wendy's before I eat Burger King.
I would eat cookout is number 1. That's what I agree on. Okay? Chick-fil-A? No.
You crazy. You are crazy.
I'm eating Wendy's spicy before Chick-fil-A.
You do what?
I'm eating Wendy's spicy nuggets before Chick-fil-A.
Those things dry too.
They don't even look like nuggets.
They taste good.
I've never even had
Chick-fil-A, they don't even look like nuggets. They look like the leftover pieces of meat. I got any more meat?
If anything, they look more like nuggets than them things you're eating. They don't look, because it looks like chopped up piece of chicken.
Curtis, y'all got any more meat back? I feel like they do at Chick-fil-A.
Are you kidding? Those little things that are put together, them nasty behind nuggets. I don't even.
All right, it's not on the screen, but okay, same people. Cookout, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King, best sauces.
Wendy's.
To go with those nuggets.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I completely missed you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'll have to give it to Chick-fil-A. That Polynesian is blessed.
So you take your nasty behind.
I've never had it.
Whoa, stop for a second up here. But
You never had Polynesian?
never had Chick-fil-A?
You know what? No. I expect that from an old timer. They only stuck in their way. We didn't have Polynesian back in our day.
We got sweet and sour. We want sweet and sour sauce.
Pat, I know don't do it, Pat. Just send it to the text, Pat. Just send it to the text. Tell him check his phone. Don't do it, Pat.
Thank you, Mike Georges.
What Mike say?
No. His Holy Ghost meter off. It's off. He talk about some Wendy's for the win. No, Wendy's fresh.
You see how he did? You see how he did? Now he's saying crucify him. He was just saying, hey, man, get this. Oh, out of here.
Hey, man, Polynesian sauce, hands down, best sauce of all time.
Sauce. I got to give it to him.
Hey,
Hands
Bishop
down.
Jones said we're going to have to
Hands
evaluate our friendship. He ain't agreeing with somebody. Jones, what you say? Because I missed his comment. Who was he for? Did y'all see?
Which Bishop Jones? Bishop
Carl Jones.
Yeah.
I can't mix sauces though. Like
no.
Each nugget.
I've tried.
It's not nothing special.
You said, wait.
Listen,
What's not nothing special? Chick-fil-A sauce?
Yeah.
I tried.
Chick-fil-A sauce is good. I like Chick-fil-A sauce with my chicken sandwich. My fries got to go with that Polynesian. But that's
I've tried to take McDonald's nuggets with Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce. And
right, man. Right.
Don't do
what the heck are you doing?
No, don't you do that. That's disgusting.
McDonald's nuggets are whack.
Hey, y'all remember the old TVs when you didn't
They're
have
for kids.
and it was fuzzy? That's what I saw. I saw fuzziness.
All right, y'all, let's get on to the next one.
Y'all know what's.
Let's move on to the next one. We got
I
another.
can't believe this. John.
All right. Here we go. One's got to go.
One's got to go.
One's got to go.
What kind of
curly?
What?
Curly fries.
Oh my God.
Who said curly fries?
Which one? Okay, which one would y'all get rid of?
Crinkle,
because I can do that at home.
No, you gotta get rid of it. You don't get to keep it at the house.
I feel like crinkle fries were the fries you had at the birthday party with boiled hot dogs.
Hey Sherman.
First of all,
see what Mike George said.
Ain't gonna catch me.
Man.
Hey,
Yo.
Mo, that junk nasty, man.
Hey, I'm about to
He
call
right
it.
at the-
I'm about to call that line real quick. If you have been exposed,
to McDonald's and Polynesian.
I think those wedges.
Yo,
wedges gotta go.
crinkle fries can't go because they get a lot of the ketchup. They catch a lot. Y'all don't
It
think about
depends on where
what's
you get the
catching the
wedges
sauce.
from.
I'm so Brandon. Where did you come up with this science, this foodology? You got to be kidding me.
God knows he got it.
I mean, it's down to a science.
First of all, this is from. I do eat curly fries, but they have to be
all of
hot.
them.
Hot.
I tell you
Arby's.
what, Brandon.
I had to have Arby's.
No,
fries.
Brandon. When you come back down, go to Sheets. They have curly fries.
Oh,
Yeah, legit.
And they are better
100.
than Arby's.
Better than Arby's.
I just had them for the first time
what?
Sunday.
What? Hey, no doubt. Bet. Bet. You ain't said nothing but a word. Bet.
All right, so we got that.
That's my.
Which one got?
That's
so
my
we
move.
gotta go again. Who's saying what? I say the wedges gotta go.
So
I said the
I can
wedges.
see why y'all would say wedges, but if you get KFC, oh my God, KFC got rid of their wedges though.
They
They
did.
did.
They got
Hey,
rid
you
of
know
them.
the problem I have with wedges?
When?
Wedges are dry.
Okay,
Sometimes the
Trayvon.
skin is what
It's a potato.
I don't want
You
that.
gotta have sauce.
When did
you gotta have
KFC
sauce
get
with
rid of their fries?
No, they
At
have,
the beginning of
they
the
have
pandemic
fries
is
now.
when I knew.
They don't do the wedges.
Yeah.
A little while ago.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
witchcraft. Somebody.
I was first informed when the pandemic happened by my foodies.
I don't know, man. It might not have happened in Wilson, Sherman. Y'all Hardy still sell chicken, so.
Oh yeah, Wilson will not be moved. Wilson will not be moved.
Hey, there's one in Fayetteville that sell chicken still.
And
I think.
Gizzards.
What?
Over there off
One what?
Gizzards, yeah.
KFC and near Cross Creek.
Oh, they do.
Still
Yeah.
sell gizzards.
They do,
They
yeah.
sell Gizzards.
Look at Pat. Did y'all see Pat
Don't go there.
face?
My mama said, you in Fayetteville, don't go there.
Oh God.
Man, I haven't had no Hardee's chicken in years.
Hey, Kalia said.
That boy got excited. Pat.
She said people still eat KFC? Y'all still eat KFC?
I do.
I do too.
Man,
Hey.
I was on the phone. I'm a
honey barbecue wings. Have y'all had those?
I was on the phone with Trayvon last night when he was ordering the honey barbecue wings at KFC.
I'm on the thing telling
I
me,
literally-
make sure I got plenty of sauce burning in my ear. Trayvon, just ask for extra barbecue.
I already knew what it was. Like when he said a 12, I was like, "Oh, you at KFC?"
Are you Illuminati? Why you got that eye behind you? What is that eye? His eyes. What is that?
His eyes on that's the eye that's on the steroid.
It's
Help me, brother Brad. Help me
feather.
out, man.
It's a feather, right?
Ain't no feather. That's an eye.
No,
I'm trying to help you.
I ain't gonna accept
I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah.
You can take it as a feather. It can,
I
trying
don't
to
want
help
to
you
take
out.
that one, man. That's the one I ain't gonna take. Ain't no feather. Ain't no feather.
Is that he watching over me? Why you got that eye in there?
This was actually painted at an awakening conference during worship. By
Oh, y'all was singing "Eye of the Tiger."
Boom, 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 boom.
we were saying I am
Boom, boom,
testimony doing praise and worship, brother Aaron. That quartet drum. I am. All right, y'all, we got another one. Here's another one. Aaron Jr., this is for you. What's got
Oh Lord. Oh
Wait.
my God. Oh my God.
this happened? Okay.
What's the question?
I'll-
One
I'll-
gotta go.
Yeah, one's got to go.
Oh, one gotta
keep
go. Oh, that's
Keep
easy.
them off.
That's so simple.
I'll say Magic.
Magic.
Yeah. Aaron, you ain't gonna say nothing?
Because this is but Matt, remember, he is a Laker now. He's a Laker now. Trayvon got this.
You got the wrong picture. I was
is.
confused. All right, I say Magic.
He's a Laker now. So I mean, but I get you. Before he was a Laker, it would have been Bron. Matter of fact, man, forget it. Jordan. Jordan gotta go.
Whoa!
I'm just gonna do it. All Lakers all day. One gotta go, it gotta be MJ.
Hey, let me switch. Sherman unmuted the dude.
Hey, yo, you do that again, bro. You're gonna be off this thing.
Hey, man.
All right.
No, you didn't have to say Jordan. We just got through watching the documentary.
Hey, bro, I'm just saying, if it's all Lakers, Jordan gotta go.
No, Jordan can't go. Here's why. I moved to LA after Jordan hit that shot on Utah because Kobe was the next best thing.
Well, see, here's the thing. I've been in LA all my life. And so Jordan, I've been an LA fan all my life. Don't look at it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was about to say you've been in North Carolina for a little while.
No. I've been an LA fan all my life.
There
Jordan really changed the game. He really changed the game, right? He changed how people started defending. He changed how people started playing. If there was no Jordan, it would be hard to have a Kobe because Kobe really patterned his game after MJ.
Yeah.
Right? LeBron, as much as I did not like him on the Cavs, I love him now. He's a Laker. But you got to give it to him. He is, out of all of them, probably the most single-handedly gifted athlete. I'm talking about athleticism. Like he's a beast. He's a monster.
I was only 4 when Magic was playing, so
yeah.
Hey, real quick, my aunt just texted and said my uncle was almost ready to start going to church until Brandon got rid of Jordan. Hey, Brandon, I've been watching on this dude, man.
Look at you.
All right.
Hey, man, listen.
Okay, so look, let me change that real quick. Let me change that real quick. Let me ask this question. Only one can stay.
Kobe.
Only one can stay.
Jordan.
Kobe.
Jordan.
Kobe.
It's simple. I don't even know what Sherman's talking about.
We're
disowning you.
I said Kobe. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry. Matt. Oh, God. Mute. Hold up, Mac. You muted.
Hold on, guys. We don't mute Aaron McNair Jr. We don't mute him.
Oh, he just was. He did not choose Kobe.
All right.
Listen, man, I can understand, though. If there was no Jordan, there would be no Kobe. So I get it. Still.
There would have been a Kobe.
It would have been no Space Jam.
What form of Kobe?
Space Jam.
Hey, I do
that?
have to say this. Space Jam is the all-time greatest movie of all time, period. There's not a better movie than Space Jam. Will not be a better one ever.
All right, Brandon, you're all right. It's past his bedtime.
No, bruh.
Brandon.
Space Jam. You tell me a better movie than Space Jam.
Titanic.
Sherman, bye, Sherman.
What?
Oh my God. What the?
Woo! Sherman. That
Where's
joke
his
is
video? Where's his video?
Space
Hey.
Jam.
And with that,
Hey.
I'll say I'm done.
All right, y'all. Look. Okay, I gotta do this one. Oh man, dang. Got muted Sherman, bro.
Let me bring Sherman back.
All right. So look, check this out. Brandon, this one for you, man. Okay. I try to do these with y'all. Don't mind.
No,
Dang,
you
why it's
do it again, and I'll have my attorneys drop it.
All right, one
So
Neck bones.
Somebody said mute Sherman.
I love our,
this says choose one for dinner.
oh, choose one for dinner.
No. One's got to go. Don't worry about the captions. We can't fix that stuff.
One's got to go.
Yeah.
Oxtails, because I never had them.
Why have you never had oxtails?
Jesus.
Your dad's a cook of cooks. Wow. Sherman, have you ever had oxtails though, for real?
So
I ever had oxtails.
whenever New York becomes New York again, and I get you up here,
As a matter of
I
fact, I
have to
had
take you to
oxtails in New
a
York.
Jamaican spot and get you some oxtails.
You had them in
My
New
dad
York?
cooks them all the
Them things
time.
are
I just
delicious.
never had them.
Was that your first time?
Man, it's a perfect mixture of meat and fat.
It was,
It's about the best way I can
Oh
describe
my God.
That wasn't a way. That wasn't a good way to put it, Brandon.
Bruh, I'm
I just-
saying when I get a steak, I like a steak that has a nice a nice fat to it. That's a ribeye with the bone in it. It's got a good bit of fat that I can get to. And so or a New York strip has a nice little line
you
of
need,
fat.
you,
But
you need to go to a Jamaican spot that looks like Waffle House and get you some oxtails.
Looks like.
I'm talking about they're
yeah, a
not.
little spot. Yeah, a little spot. It's delicious. I'm telling you. You'll be sitting there eating and then all the gravy with it.
Ice cream.
What?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Donuts.
Pat, you say you love donuts?
I said donuts.
Yeah, I said ice cream.
Popcorn is not even close.
'Cause I don't really eat ice cream, so.
Hey, oh wow.
Yeah. If I said ice cream, my wife probably would kick me out tonight. So popcorn.
I know mine would.
What'd
I
you say, Aaron? What gotta go, Aaron?
Ice cream.
I don't do ice cream.
Potato chips gotta go.
I do ice cream like every once in a while, but
Especially if it's that crap that Aaron held up last week. That what is that? Spicy chips crap. No, get rid of popcorn. Sorry, Aaron, keep your chips. Let's get rid of the popcorn.
Why?
Because
what would you do that for?
why would I get rid of popcorn?
What are you gonna eat in movies?
I don't like
Ice cream.
He gonna be
ice cream.
he gonna be that
You know,
annoying person.
I eat
sucking on them chips.
candy. I eat candy at the movies, man. You don't need popcorn. Popcorn's disgusting.
Yeah.
I eat popcorn and milk duds at the movies.
I gotta have them snow caps
Hold on, y'all. Hold on,
or the cookie dough.
hold on, Mac. Did y'all see what I just saw?
No.
Did this
I
clown just
won't look
have
it.
a picture of Kool-Aid? Bring that picture back, Trey.
It's
Bring it
tea.
back.
I don't
It's
know.
Bring
tea.
it back.
I did see something pink up there.
You see it?
Are we
Right,
done?
that's our segment one's gotta go.
Oh snap! Both of my kids are out of school tomorrow. Oh man.
Are you? Was that an I'm happy oh snap or was that disappointment? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, it's disappointment.
You're live, Aaron. In case you didn't remember,
Right.
you're live.
He has not responded to the fact that you told him that he was live. Sherman.
Right.
I don't think he.
I would be overjoyed if both of my kids.
So summing up,
That's because they'll be at Aaron's house, tearing up his stuff.
summing up, the one's got to go. We chose that Chick-fil-A's nuggets would stay. Right.
Yeah, that was
Make
the
sure.
Chick-fil-A's nuggets were gonna stay. Yep, everybody agreed to that.
And Wendy's are gone.
Yeah, Wendy's
I
spicy.
think
We
that's
said
what he said.
Scott was staying.
Cookout never showed up. Go ahead.
Cookout definitely can stay. Cookout can stay though, because Cookout has the best nuggets, and that Sherman, I can't stand. That boy looked like he was frozen. Cookout's got the best burger as well. That cheddar style is delicious.
Oh yeah,
With
indeed.
slaw.
I'm with you on that. Without the slaw.
Slaw's nasty.
Slaw looks like deer vomit.
Where y'all from? What are you?
Slaws are worse.
So first of all, Sherman don't count. He's
Flawless like
How-
vomit and
Pat, you from Rayford.
That
Rayford.
don't mean nothing. No.
No, Brandon, that don't matter. Pat is something else Pat don't like either. Then he cut you. Pat, what is
Slaw looks like somebody threw up salad.
Listen, man, that's what you supposed to put on. What do y'all eat on your barbecue sandwich?
barbecue?
Barbecue.
Hot sauce.
Thank you.
And slaw.
No slaw. Why would I
We're
want?
North Carolina.
Why would I want
How about y'all?
on my sandwich?
How about y'all move to New York then and eat that, and I get the barbecue with the slaw, because that's what's supposed to happen. We don't
Y'all
have
ain't got
that
no-
up here.
Y'all
They
ain't got
don't-
no barbecue up there.
We ain't got no barbecue. We ain't got no barbecue neither. It's despicable. They're giving out this barbecue with all that sauce on it. It's making me mad.
What was that spot you took
Don't
me
be
to,
nuts.
man?
Oh man, jeez, what's the name
That
of that place? Nicole's gonna have to tell me.
that was the closest to barbecue.
Yeah, that place, they got some good stuff. That's the best Southern food that I had.
You be going to
Oh,
Deltas?
man.
That's in Jersey.
Yeah, I can't. I don't go too far into Jersey. I stop right at the top. Now I do travel. I travel for food, especially Southern food. But if I can, Paula's. That was the name of it. Paula's. That's where I went, and we went there like 3 days in a row, like 20 minutes away. But there's no barbecue here, and it's just really bad. Okay, I'm trying to. Hey, somebody's got to get us off. Y'all all looking down.
Hey, look, real quick. Y'all, don't forget that we added a new segment called Ask the Brothers.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah, tonight, of course, our time is about to expire.
Gone.
So, yeah, it's about to expire. So, but we want to encourage you guys. If you have any questions that we can ask, it helps us with the show, helps us to keep conversation going, and also you get your questions as you get some help. So, if there's a question that you have for the brothers, you want us to just talk. Maybe it's a good conversation point, or maybe it's not a question for you. It's a question that a friend asked you, or something you just think needs to be addressed that's not being addressed. Let's talk about it. Send it to our inbox, to the Brothers Podcast Live inbox, and let's have that conversation. All right. You can also check us out on Anchor. You can check us out on Spotify. You can check us out on Apple. What is it called? Apple Podcasts as well, and YouTube. Okay. So yeah, make sure you guys use all those streams. Make it happen. Help us push this thing and support, and let's continue to help us to make impact.
Why y'all still up anyway? It's 12 o'clock.
Hey, let them be up. Be up and watch the Brothers Podcast Live. Now it's time to go to bed. It's 11:56. All right. One thing I want to ask, what are y'all accomplishing this week? Sleep. Good job, Brandon. What else? Aaron?
Making money.
Oh, speaking of that, Pat,
Nicole says she can't believe it that y'all don't eat slaw.
Don't eat it. It's nasty. I get mad when they put it next to my barbecue by accident. I said no slaw.
I was up here. I was like, yeah. Hey.
McDonald's drive-thru.
I would say so. I was up here. I was like, hey, let me get some slaw, please. They were like, coleslaw? Like, not slaw. Oh, God.
Where did it even
you
come
right
from?
there.
What is it made out of?
what, slaw?
And who's cold?
Cabbage. It's cabbage.
It's like raw cabbage.
And mayonnaise.
Nah.
It's cabbage and other stuff.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, I mean, it's delicious. Onions, carrots.
Woo.
Wow, you guys are really missing out. Hot dogs
No.
taste better because of slaw. Barbecue tastes better because of slaw. Burgers taste better because of slaws. Everything. Are y'all? Wow. I mean, wow. Let's end the show. Let's end the show and our friendship. I cannot be friends with jokers that don't eat slaw. I can't trust nobody that don't eat slaw and they from North Carolina. I can't trust you.
I've been here all my life, and you better not put it on my plate.
Hey, you better not put it on my plate.
Oh God.
That's like Kyla.
All right, man.
Kyla got something to eat and she's like, yeah. I was like, well, dang, I worked hard on that. Yeah. Oh, redhead joker. Yeah.
Hey, that just reminded me, man. AB, you know how you put hot dogs on the grill? You know how we like ours a little burnt? So I was eating in my office and AB walked in with a broken up hot dog. He was like, yuck, 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 and threw it and ran away.
Hey, Matt, did you laugh right then too, or did you?
I laughed.
Oh.
I actually did.
The hot dog gotta be burnt, man. He'll get adjusted.
Speaking of children.
And that boy was passing.
No, I'm reading an email.
Don't change the channel. I'm up. Don't turn that back. Get up all that noise. Y'all seen that old pastor that was trying to do Bible study and the people in the background kept talking?
And in the text we see what used to happen that day. And all you hear is
Andrew, is
Bill.
You emailing Bill?
I was just reading something, the email I got.
That joker remind me of my uncle at church.
Hey, everybody, thank y'all so much for watching Brother Podcast Live. We gotta go because what's gonna happen is we're gonna log off and still be trying to beat together. And Mac is gonna go this room. So good night to everybody. We have another conversation. And next week's conversation is gonna be probably talking about this whole thing about failure that we talked about earlier. We'll let you know. But we'll talk to y'all later. God bless you all. Take it easy. Peace.
Pat.